Okay, I know what you're thinking. Do not burn the disc of Cyberpunk 2077. Do not return it. Do not give it away. Do not throw it out. Okay, I'm here to change your mind because, I've played it for a little bit now and I know, there's been bugs, there's been, all these glitches in the game, which for some people, it's game breaking. They don't want to play such a game that it's been bugged. And you've seen a lot of these stories of people returning the game, asking for a refund. But I'm here to tell you why you shouldn't throw away Cyberpunk 2077. Let's go. Let's get into it. Don't forget to like, hit the subscribe button and bell notification, and definitely comment down below if you have the game or if you're thinking about throwing it out. Comment down below the reasons why and we'll kind of get that chat going. But apart from that, let's get straight into it. So one of the big main points that I want to say why not to chuck out the game is because they are going to continue to update the game. The game has always been so ambitious. They have had, delay after delay on the game so they can ensure that the game is big. However, does that mean, they should have delayed it a little bit more to fix some of these bugs? Yes, I totally agree that they could have, had all these different consoles lined up, the PC lined up, and they should have done more testing. It just makes sense to really, really just deep dive into the game with all these testers and, have all these bugs fixed before trying to rush it out and trying to make, I guess, the new consoles, they're hitting that deadline of getting it out before they fully come out. I think they could have waited until next year, which brings, the added benefit of trying to get the game of the year for next year and all those carry-ons. It would have had much more of a flow and effect. But is it the end of the world? No, it is not. Yes, in my time playing the game, I have encountered many bugs in the games, and that's like dull, rounded graphics, images which are blurred, like the car, the people which are blurred out, objects that are not in the right place. We have like items in the world which are going haywire. It's just tedious in a way because you think waiting 12 years that you're going to have this pristine product, and I think that's why a lot of people are annoyed about the state of Cyberpunk 2077. But I fully understand that, and I know that sometimes small mistakes can then snowball into bigger ones, or more issues that snowball from little issues to bigger issues. And with so many little issues, it's just blatant, how broken it is to an extent. However, people have these high expectations. As I said, it's been developing since pretty much 3 generations ago, and it's had a pretty big update day one of its release, and it was huge, the update. Now I think that's a positive sign with a huge update day one of the game. Now let me kind of break that down a little bit. So obviously they would have given the game out to a lot of other people to have early access. They would have been reviewed all their kind of feedback and that sort of stuff, so they can reel it in and try and fix the big main bugs, hopefully on that day one release. So when people do actually get it, they're not too swamped down with how many bugs there are. But if you look at that one positive there, they will update it. That's a huge thing because I think they're going to continue to update and update. This developer won't allow this game to fail. They're going to continue to bring updates out and kind of fix that Cyberpunk 2077 world, which have spent so long developing. We're talking about CG Project Red here, the developer who developed the best game in the world ever, which is The Witcher 3. That's just huge. They're trying to make a big statement with this Cyberpunk, so I very doubt that they're just going to throw this project to the wayside. I do believe that they're going to continue to make updates and try and get the world where it should have been on release, frankly. But, one thing I do get from this developer is that they care, you wouldn't see a developer that doesn't care making a day one huge update so everyone kind of is happy. But I know people aren't happy, right? Because of the state of it. But I think it's in a better place than when it started off at in terms of their release. I think in a week's time, it's going to be a lot better than what it was when, it released. And then in 2 weeks' time, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever. As long as they keep pumping out updates and kind of continue to develop the Cyberpunk world, then I think, we're on to a winner. And I think that's what happens with these ambitious games is, they do need a bit of time. They do need that player base to complain or to let them know what's going wrong so they can fix it. But once they've fixed it, the game then turns into a masterpiece. They've just obviously swamped down with all these small fixes which probably should have been done a month prior, you know what I mean? But without the small bugs, the game is actually really enjoyable. It's a huge RPG with beautiful characters and such, depth in the city. It just kind of, it takes the breath away because it is a masterpiece. It's just cloaked in, a lot of bad stigma at the moment, but that bad stigma is only going to be around short term because I know they're going to fix it. So a couple of recommendations on my point is wait 2 or 3 weeks. Surely there are going to be more updates on the horizon. So, tuck it away in a drawer or beside the PlayStation and then let the game fester, let it develop a little bit more and then, revisit it. Don't burn the disc, just set it aside for a little bit. Play another game maybe. Sit back while Cyberpunk fixes itself and go and enjoy a lot of the other games that are out there. For instance, like Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs, Death Stranding. Those are only a few to name. Not including all the Spider-Man Morales if you have a PlayStation 5 or any of the other games on the new consoles, if you are that way inclined. Otherwise, there are plenty of other games out there for you to enjoy while Cyberpunk fixes itself. Now, another thing is wait until you get the new PlayStation or the new Xbox. Obviously, we know the next generation is much more powerful with the SSDs, so they can handle a lot more of being able to load bigger games like Cyberpunk. And, we are finding that, the size of the world is, it's an issue for the PlayStation 4, even the Pro. Unsure about the Xbox, so I'm not jamming on the Xbox, but already we do have issues with how kind of slow it is. And I definitely recommend if you've got a PlayStation or if you're looking to get one when they get more stock at the start of the year, maybe definitely wait until that point to play it. Don't just rush out there, but I do guarantee that it is going to be worth getting when it does, or when you do get a PlayStation 5 or new Xbox. So definitely, if you can wait until then all good. If you already own a copy now, instead of throwing it out, why not just give it to a mate, rent it out, tell them, give me $10 or something like that, and then have it back in like 2 or 3 weeks, and voila, there'll be more updates. Actually, they'll probably need it for more than three weeks. So, maybe charge them $20 or $30. Get it back in like 2 months' time, and then boom, slot it back in the PlayStation, and see how the cyber world has developed. But overall, looking at it, I've enjoyed the game so far, regardless of all the little bugs and issues that it's had. I know that there's so much potential in the game, and I know that I look past the small bugs because the small bugs, they're going to be there and then they're going to be gone with more future updates. I know this. So please don't be impatient. Just wait a tad longer and kind of just ride out the wave of it being new and, it's still being in development and all that good stuff. So definitely Do not burn it. Do not throw it away. Do not give it away. Do not chuck it away. Do not smash it or break it. Just put it aside, play another game, and it will fix itself. I've definitely done a couple of reviews before. I've done the Nomad, the Court Pro, and the Street Kid. So we've definitely got them on the channel. I've also done what is the best kind of life path to choose from. So again, we've got lots of different content out there on the channel for you to just have a look at. But definitely kind of keep that mind open, keep Cyberpunk around. You will not regret it, I promise you. Deep diving into it already, I'm about maybe 8 hours in, and I'm absolutely loving the story base. I'm loving checking out Night City. In terms of all the little bugs and that, it's really not the end of the world. I can really see past those bugs and see all the effort that has gone into making this game, all the effort that they've made to develop the world, to develop the characters, to develop the story, which is the most important thing for me is story. You know how much I love a good story in these games, and I think Cyberpunk does it well. I think it will continue to do well. They just need a little bit of time. We're talking about the best developers on the planet with the best game. I know if you're not a big Witcher fan, then you might not think it's the best game, but to me The Witcher 3 is, so I know the potential, I know the ability that the developer has, and it's known for looking after its people. It's known for producing really high quality games. So if that's the only thing I can say is, trust the developer, trust that they're going to fix what is broken, and trust that Cyberpunk 2077 will live on. I think it will get a sequel later down the track because it is such an excellent game, and I know that they are going to build on it with future updates and with hopefully a sequel that they've got planned out, hopefully after the Witcher 4 if it ever comes out. But I'm praying, I'm hoping, and I'm just going to sit back, relax, enjoy playing the game, and just watch as it continues to develop and grow. So those are my recommendations. That's my little take on Cyberpunk 27. Don't give up on it. Really just put it aside and you should be good to go. Again, if you're hunting for that platinum, have a look online at the trophy guide. There are some strict I guess guidelines or ways to go about getting the platinum trophy on one playthrough, and to try and minimize how much hours you are jamming into the game. So definitely go check that out online, and kind of go with the flow, enjoy it, and just have a good time out there in the world of Cyberpunk. Don't burn it. Don't burn it. That's all I can say. That's my last little memento for you. That is Knightsman. Hopefully you've enjoyed that video. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, bell notification. Comment down below if you agree with what I'm saying. And if you're not, comment down below anyway. I would love to hear your thoughts about the game or about, what other games are pretty cool out there. But that is Knightsman out. Thank you. Hopefully that steers you in the right direction. Don't give up on the developer, don't give up on the game, and don't give up on Knightsman. That is us. Cha-ching.